a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beach dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay at home, Disney Dad.
Disney presents Sounder, a heartwarming tale of a young man's courageous journey to find his father. Not sure how much fun we're going to have today, but we might learn something. We press play. We start with like the land of misfit toys of Disney trailers. The Pennsylvania Miner story, Extreme Ape. I've never seen physical copies of either of these ever, but feature presentation, narrator tells us no one knows how the story gonna end, but everyone has the same beginning. This guy is outside and he hears a crying baby. He runs outside and his wife has had a baby. Why wasn't he? Did I miss it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. New parents, they're good parents. They can't afford the 1 kid, but mom wants 11 more. This is from the classic book written by William H. Armstrong. Time passes. The baby grows up to boy now, and he and a dog howl together. Dad found this dog, and mom says, that dog won't be nothing but trouble. One night in bed, Dad does the classic arm around the waist, wake up, lady, spoon move, and the midnight noises wake up their son, but the son feeds the dog through the slats in the floor. There's a lot happening in this scene, and you could just feel the like foreboding in this movie. Like, this movie is gonna be sad. Bad shit's about to happen here. If this is another like Old Yeller ending, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, the dog knocks over the laundry and mom is being all grumpy about it. Dad warns his son not to sass his mom because mom got a temper. He tells his son the dog's name is Sounder because, quote, you measure a dog by how loud he is, you measure a man by how big his actions are. That's good stuff. They run into this like white racist guy who's like, if you ever want to talk to me, you come find me in the church. What? Is that what? Whatever, okay. Now they're in church, but they're in like the all-black church, and Dad is still stewing about that racist's comments, and rightfully so. After church, some guy argues that he can run faster than the dad character, and instead of the 2 dads running, like the adults, they make their kids, their boys race. And is this kid's name actually Boy? Anyway, Boy wins the race. During school, Sounder waits outside for Boy. They teach Sounder to hunt. Dad kind of low-key tells his son to drop out of school and help him with the work around the house because times are getting tough. I really didn't want to be depressed today, folks. They're eating supper, and suddenly the sheriff and his deputies burst into the house, and they're like, we can smell the ham cooking from a mile away. N-word. N-word, folks. N-word. N-word in a Disney movie. They drop it. They point out that Dad's overalls are ripped, and the thread looks like the ones left on the smokehouse door when it was robbed of the ham, which is what they're cooking. Dad is like, I didn't take anything that wasn't owed to me. They handcuff Dad and they take him away in a horse and buggy. Sounder barks and chases after the horse and buggy, and they shoot the dog. Wonderful. Okay, the dog is limping around and Mom is like, come inside. Animals like to die alone. Okay, Mom excuses herself and cries by herself. In jail, they make Dad strip because the overalls are evidence. They can't find Sounder, the dog. The boy starts digging a grave for when he does find his dog's body. He digs his dog grave and wanders through the forest looking for his dead or dying dog. I watched Beloved once. Damn, I was never the same. I'm flashing back hard. Hey, I have a deep respect for the incredible fight and perseverance of the African-American people who fought and scratched for equality despite being jailed, murdered, and worse, ending segregation, all that. I will never, ever make light of any of that on this platform or any other. I just wasn't prepared for movies like this when I set out to watch all the Disney movies in the bin with my daughter. You know, I wanted to like poke fun at I wanted to poke fun at Pinocchio. This is super heavy for me. I'm also watching it by myself, so not at all what I set out to do when I started this review segment, but it is what it is. This movie was in the bin. We're going to watch every movie in the bin. This is obviously important. Like, this is an important piece of American history. You just know I'd rather be making fun of Winnie the Pooh like usual, but we're in for this. Okay. It's Mom and the boy and his two younger siblings. Mom asks boy to take dad a cake she made him in jail. And I know this is just going to end in more sad as we see her making this cake with all the TLC she has left in her little body. He might as well just like throw the cake on the ground now and like take the power away from the jerk guards that will never let this cake be delivered to the dad, right? Because, you know, you can just tell this cake ain't making it to dad like this. Like, can we all just start crying now, okay? They still can't find Sounder as well, but he swears his dog is still alive. Okay, off to jail with the cake, boy goes, just to have his heart broken. Just get ready for anger and humiliation, kid. But we proceed. Yes, he gets stopped by the warden who snatches the cake and he sticks his fingers in it and he says, good. But it could have a steel file in it or a hacksaw blade. So he rips the cake in half and it's slow-mo and it's black and white and it's so like actually unnecessarily over dramatic that it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like when you're expecting the worst and you just get slow-mo black and white, it's not okay. Anyway, sheriff says, yeah, boy, guess it was just a cake. And I can't even take this seriously. What are they doing here? I mean, they also weren't wrong to check the cake for a weapon. I really flipped on this scene suddenly. Okay, so boy takes his crumpled cake to his dad in jail. His dad sticks his face through the bars and says, I'll be back. You tell mom I'll be back before long. You tell her not to grieve and not to send you here no more. Back at home, mom serves boy a proper piece of cake and then boy gets mad. Also, it would be really funny if mom set boy up and there actually was like a file in that cake. Okay, he tells mom that dad told him not to visit anymore. One stormy night, Sounder finally shows back up. He's all messed up from the bullet and going crazy. Boy misses his dad's trial. Dad got 5 years of hard labor, 5 years for a stolen ham. Mom says it ain't never been about a ham. When they find a good worker, they ain't never gonna let him go. Boy goes on like a jail tour looking for his dad. He's like, oh father, where art thou? The next labor camp he finds, the jerk officer is like, oh, you looking for your daddy? You say he was sent to work in the mines? Kid, there was just a huge dynamite explosion. Killed 12 prisoners. One of them was probably your dad. Thanks. He goes, my father ain't dead. And he walks off. He stops by a school. The teacher takes a liking to him. He starts attending the school, even though he's older than the other kids. He's learning to read. Things are getting better. Sounder's getting crazier and crazier. He's got a bullet in him. And Mama's like, you got to put him out of his misery, son. Sounder chases after someone who's approaching the farm one morning. And it's his dad, who does the you judge a dog and you judge a man by routine again. Dad is back. It should be happy. He did get caught in the dynamite blast. He was crushed in an avalanche. He's all banged up and broken and he can't work anymore, so they just sent him home. Dad goes out hunting with Sounder. Neither are in good shape. Boy goes and finds Dad dead in the woods. After Dad's funeral, Boy is saying goodbye to Sounder because he has to leave and go back to school. They keep going back to the everything don't change much line despite everything changing right now. He gets back from school and Sounder had just crawled under the house and died. All right, who's next? Okay, the mom, the kids, honestly. We keep saying that nothing seems to change and then we put some like lazy bluegrass picking music underneath for a slow pull out and that's it. That's how it ends. I don't know, folks. Again, important movie, honestly, great acting, great story. You know, this is just not the platform, and I'm not the guy to dive into deep stories of racial injustice. But hey, every movie in the bin.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism